Welcome back, everyone. So, two great players here next to me, Viswanathan Anand and Fabiano Caruana, who just finished their game in a draw. Well, another anti-Berlin, and well, would you please tell us about details and so on? Because, well, you, Fabiano, you've been already on both sides, it seems.
I think we both have it.
You've both.
Well,
you can use the mouth, I guess. I mean,
okay.
just take this one. If
yeah, I mean d5 is also a move. Wait, knight d2 is Carlsen Krennic, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just couldn't remember it clearly, and I thought I'd just play something solid.
I think it's my game with Mickey from Baden, some years back.
With Queen c2?
yeah. We found out that you played it with black, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if this is. It looked interesting, and if d5 we get a very good snake Benoni for me, but probably like 2 extra tempi because of d3, d4, and
Yeah, I wasn't even sure that you couldn't toss in c4 somewhere.
yeah,
But
maybe.
of course you can also go for the Benoni, bishop d7,
Yeah.
bishop a5, and thing. But I will play. I thought bishop d7, a4.
I thought I would be happy to get this.
Bishop d2. I thought if I play knight a3, I can stop your a6, b5.
If I try something on the king side, like take with the knight.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Okay,
it's a position.
it's another game.
Knight c4, queen f6, rook e3, knight f4, bishop f1, etc.
Yeah.
It's a Benoni.
Yeah. I didn't really expect it because it seems to play into black's
Yeah.
hands. And e5, knight d5 didn't seem to be working at all.
Yes. e5, knight d5 I thought was okay for you.
So maybe I'm a bit worse here, but it shouldn't be so bad.
Yeah, I thought you would go bishop d7, c6 right away instead of bishop e6. Because of bishop g5, you still have bishop c6. Maybe you didn't like something? e5?
No, I didn't consider this at all.
Maybe there's some e5 shot, but I couldn't make one work.
But it doesn't.
Yeah, there is
first
no-
rook d1 maybe. Or,
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine anything working.
Yeah, so you went bishop e6.
Yeah, queen c8 was a little bit risky because I do allow stuff like knight b5, and then I'm obliged to
Yeah.
go for this, which seemed very strong, but I might have missed something.
Was there a knight e5 after bishop e3? I thought maybe it could have worked.
Knight
I
e5.
mean, it's like if it doesn't lose, then maybe black equalizes. I don't know. It's like knight e5 take on e3.
Oh,
knight
this
take
is
on
very
f7.
clever.
No, I don't know. I
haven't seen
mean,
knight
it's-
e5.
It's like you take f7, I take f2, and probably e4, d6 are just as weak.
Yeah, it should.
Bishop
That should be
f7.
okay for black. I don't know, maybe.
Okay, probably you still have bishop
But then
e2
bishop
if you want, and
But there's
it
bishop
doesn't
e5.
change.
Bishop
First
h3.
bishop immediately. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but bishop e2 probably you still have with white, right?
When?
No, I can't.
No, you don't.
no,
That's
no,
the
yeah.
problem.
so-
So this just immediately
Might have
equalizes.
been-
Then this would have been very clever, yeah.
Is there something like bishop b5? Or does it? That doesn't do anything, does it? Yeah, maybe this is just the cleanest way.
Yeah, but I don't really know. I mean, I didn't check with the computer, so it was just like.
You underestimate yourself. So, no, yeah, this is very clever, in fact, because it solves this thing that in the game I was able to play bishop e2 and bring the bishop to f3.
Yeah, I'm just a bit worse here.
Yeah, the problem is white also has to make some decisions. I mean, instead of rook e d1, I considered rook a c1
Yeah, I
to
was
kick his
going
queen
to
around.
put my queen on
But I thought he would put it on this side now, a5 or b4.
because queen e5, queen e3.
Then knight d5 even, I thought.
Yeah, knight d5 was annoying. That was
Yeah.
why. So queen a5. Yeah.
Yeah, so I played rook e d1 so that I would get a head start on this, but then h5, maybe I should go h4, but then you go knight bishop g4, right?
Or knight g4 shouldn't be so bad.
Perhaps. I mean, again, white's edge is not as big as it looks because with that pawn on d6 it looks very big, but I have to break through, of course.
I thought maybe rook c1,
Mm-hmm.
and I was going to play queen e5 anyway.
Yeah, but you have g5, g4 somewhere, no? Maybe
Yeah, although
you didn't seem very keen to play it, but you had
no,
it
because
probably.
I was considering it,
Yeah,
but then
but I thought rook d4. You mean okay,
yeah,
then
I was
g4,
wondering about this.
king g7.
Okay.
Queen
that's-
d4, queen h5. I wasn't sure about that.
I wasn't so ambitious yet. I mean, it looks a little bit scary for me.
Yeah, rook h8.
And you just start running?
Well, check.
I mean, or
Why do
maybe
I
first
run?
here.
Well, but then check
And
check on
queen
f4.
f4. Yeah, that seems to win.
Yeah. Well, or at least a draw, but.
Okay, so
I mean, maybe I had one trick here, which is to go rook d3.
and rook h3.
But you can go rook h8, rook h3, move the queen, take, and I'm back to where I started. No, yeah, I can play queen takes. No, sorry, take with the other
Yeah,
one.
queen.
I don't know. I mean, queen d6, you have queen h5. So again, it seemed to me that black would have a lot of play with g5.
I didn't believe in this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was just looking at knight e4, which seemed a bit worse.
Uh-huh.
I'm in this position.
I thought also if you played g3, just my king would be a bit loose. But of course, after g3, I can play bishop f3.
Yeah.
No, I think king g7 is the way.
And maybe the queen is better on e3. Yeah, but okay, that's unclear. Yeah, queen d4 seems correct.
Mm-hmm. Queen h5, and then.
That might not be so easy.
So that was kind of a way to get ambitious with black.
No, I was
If I'm
planning to
allowed
play.
to
I was
say.
planning to play rook d4, g4, bishop e2, and I didn't think I was struggling or anything. I don't know if I want to take and play bishop e2 or bishop e2 right away. But bishop e2,
well, I'm not gonna-
gh3 works, right? f4, queen c5, yeah.
And something like knight a4, and then f5. F5.
Well,
there's always bishop f5.
Yeah, well, it's very messy, of course.
I mean, you can even play gh3 at some moment and then
Mhm.
start attacking you.
So a6, rook d4. Okay, obviously in my next few moves, I didn't. I don't know. Did you see something clear for me? No, sorry. Because he was on the other side of it. What were you worried about? But somehow
no,
I
thought-
tried to find something. But black always gets some counterplay somewhere. I tried to find something very good, but I lost the plot a bit.
Yeah, I
G3,
thought
rook
that
E6. I don't really want to play h4.
you can play b4 immediately.
Yes.
I'm really struggling to find moves here.
Yeah.
I was kind of regretting rook e6 after I played it.
Because it's jammed your queen in.
Yeah, I started to realize I might just lose it.
Even here, I think still b4 would have been.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much the only move I considered. And then I was wondering about this
Mhm.
position. You probably should go for this, right?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
now the b4 thing is slightly loose.
Yeah, I couldn't see how to use it.
And rook d7, sure.
I mean, maybe I can take and
Take-
play rook
take.
e2.
No. Wouldn't I interpolate first on e6?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, anyway, I'll play rook e2.
Or even rook e4. Oh, sorry, rook e5.
Yeah.
Because then something has to go to the fourth, and then you
Mhm.
fork them with rook d4, something like this.
or
But
I
maybe I
can.
still have a check and rook d7.
How do you play?
That's a good question. I mean, if h4, you have rook e4.
I mean, I can even just trade a pawn.
Why wouldn't you just win one?
Yeah. Good point.
But maybe here, if rook e4, I can play king g3
And?
and check and h5, and then play rook f8. I don't know if I'm really onto something, or you can play f6 maybe or something.
Hmm.
Okay, at least this one looks a little bit dangerous for black. I mean, while,
No, of course. I
while
mean,
if something like
the thing
A5
is, I was very happy with bishop f3 because I thought this threat of bishop g4 is so strong that I'm doing well. Then he played a5. Already here, I wanted to play bishop g4. Maybe I should have done it here. But rook e7, and I'm still far from a breakthrough. No, this is bishop g4. I guess you have
Can't
to
have
go
a
rook e7,
rook
right?
e7. Hmm.
And then rook takes d6.
Knight
You have to
e4.
take with the knight. Yeah. Bishop e4, f4 actually traps the queen. But here black still has this very solid bishop on c6.
Yeah, I didn't see the point of bishop g4.
Maybe f3 here. No, sorry, this
no, queen
I'm
G3.
just leaving queen g3. Yeah. So
I,
then
I
I
thought
went,
that a3 is more positionally desirable than b4.
yeah.
And I was considering this.
Mhm.
And if b4 in this position.
Does b5 work?
b5 I thought I could take.
Bishop b4, yeah. Oh, rook b1?
And rook e5.
Uh-huh. Bishop e2?
I didn't see that.
No, but can't you take on e4? Or it doesn't
With
work?
the bishop?
Yes.
How can it work?
Knight e4, knight e4. I
Rook
just play
e4,
rook
yeah.
e4. Ah, okay, sure.
Or rook e4 mediate? I know,
No,
then the...
in this case, it works actually, right? I mean, it's rook e3 in the end if you take.
Yeah,
e4
Ah, no, sorry, rook
immediately.
e4. No, but then it works because
Yeah,
I'm
rook
talking
e4
to things,
is-
but I have to start with
Mhm.
knight e4, and then of course it's not. There's no time with d5. Why bishop d7, and then you're coming back to c5 next move.
Yeah. Yeah, unless you're something tactical is happening. Then
Bishop
you
g4
just,
maybe here finally my great move. But here I don't know. Maybe you can take and rook at 6.
rook h6 looks awkward. Don't you have queen?
G3, bishop g4, rook d6. Oh, sure. No, there's something along these lines. Yes, no, b4, a3 would have been better than a4. Somehow I thought, okay, I'll just stop all this b5 stuff for once and for all, but it was just bad judgment.
So and then it's after this, it's kind of hard to suggest anything, right?
I kind of got stuck. I didn't see some way to make progress.
I was wondering about this.
Yeah, queen takes e3.
I was going to play this.
Really?
Yeah.
But I thought here queen c5, a5, I should be just queen c, and then bishop. My favorite move, bishop g4 again.
This?
No, but then you
Yeah, I just take on e4.
and take on e4. Yeah, sure.
I thought I should make a draw somehow. I wasn't completely sure, but I thought I'm winning the e pawn and then somehow I'll make it.
Yeah, maybe.
I can also play the ending 2 pawns down, but
Which one?
I mean,
Can't you take on
Queen
e3 and take on e4?
or I could just do that.
Yeah, but exactly here, if e3, you do not take on d6 first. You take on e4 right away, so that I don't have that trick with rook takes a6 or
Mhm.
rook takes f6. And I
It should be a draw.
couldn't see that this.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, I'm better
Knight against
that.
bishop, yeah.
I'm better. I'll be a pawn up in some way, but
Yeah.
I thought it was too little with these pawns. No, and still here I was optimistic because I had the feeling that I could play bishop g4 and collect on d6, but I'm just not in time. Maybe even this move that Fabiano had, h5.
No, I was looking at h5
Later.
instead of queen g3.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Maybe here.
maybe, yeah. Hey, can I do this?
Yeah, and then I take on d6, you take on h3.
Yeah, and there's no tactics.
No.
Might still be dangerous there. Because you have knight d5 in the end.
Yes. So rook takes d6, rook takes h3.
And rook h6.
Or rook h5. Is that too clever by half?
Yeah, might just be good for black.
Yeah.
You could also run some risk
Hmm?
if you don't have anything there. You might start running some risk.
Running some risk. I thought you said running with the king. I started imagining the king waltzing to b2 or something, b1 or something. Okay, running risk, yeah, sure. The thing is, actually, gh4 has exposed my king a bit, and this proved hard to. And in the end, yeah, I thought that's a good time to stop it.
So seems like not everything was said during the game. I mean, there's some questions that still probably how to say. I mean, room for improvement for both sides. Perhaps we can find, but an interesting game in general we see, and well, So thank you very much. I think you are waited with journalists in the next area, and thank you very much. Good luck for you both.